Hey, how's it going? So, I haven't posted a lot lately, mostly because it's it's so crazy for one. That where do you start? And so I thought a lot about this, had some conversations with other people, and we're kind of at that place I think where you either really get it or you don't. And if you get it, you don't want to have anything to do with any of it. You don't want to watch politics. You're not watching mainstream media. You're not watching the newest show or the newest movie. You are retreating to the place where we probably should have stayed, which is our relationship with our Creator and our relationship with the people in our lives and everyday life. Not everybody can grow food where they're at. I get it. But if you can, that's a relationship that you need to have with your body and with the earth. I mean, if you guys think about it, seeds, just a seed is an amazing thing. You take this little dry thing and you put it in decent soil, then you water it, and then it does its magic and it breaks through the ground, and then it sees the sun, and you continue to water it, and it makes food that nourishes your body. I mean, if that's not mind-boggling, I don't know what is. That's truly amazing to me. Um, and so I am getting to that place where everything else is noise. Everything but the people I care about, their lives, how they're doing, what I'm doing to maintain a relationship with this place, the natural world, what I see as my creator, and myself. That's all I can do. And it's boring to talk about with YouTube and stuff. you know, Nobody's going to sit through an hour of that. So that's what I'm working on. And I think that's what we should all be working on. And that's not a story to tell. Some people like to tell it. They like to go get farms and have a show every day and tell you about their goats and all. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think that contributes to anyone who's listening, their understanding. I think the way that if somebody's going to get anything out of this particular talk or this video or whatever it is to see the just total nonsensicalness of this next few minutes of congressional conversation. This really will be the last political thing I put up. I mean, I'm done with them. And I've been done with them, but if we can't see that it's an energy suck taken away from our life force and that we need to completely remove ourselves from it, then you're never going to see it. And I mean that sincerely. You've been given X amount of energy in this place, and how we use it is very important. And if we let anything direct our energy, even the people we love, then we're not in charge of it. And you need to be in charge of your own energy, your own, I guess energy is the only word I can use. Your awareness, your attention, what you're doing with your time, that's got to be your determination. And if you're watching anything outside, it's probably not, because most of it's bullshit. Most of it's just lies upon lies. You're going to see a little congressional talk. And if you get sick of it, just skip ahead. I don't have the timestamp yet because I haven't put it together, but just skip until you I don't know, whatever. Everything that they're doing out there is designed to take away your life force. And if you let them, hey, that's your choice. But make sure you're making that conscious choice. Don't let them take your life force. I let them take a lot of mine over the years, and I'm grateful that I had it in the first place. But I'm not letting them take any more. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments. We will do some live streams still on Rumble. Kind of changing that up because it doesn't really benefit anybody the way that I've been doing it. It was more of a habit. And it's a nice place to meet, but hey, if you guys want to meet each other, exchange contact info. Because I'm kind of wasting your time too. I noticed that was pointed out to me, and I agree. And I've thought that for a long time. And it's not that I don't like everybody. I love everybody. All you guys who come to the things I do in the stream, I like all of you. But I don't want to be one of those sources of wasting your life force either. So, that being said, I hope you enjoy the video, and I probably have something to say at the end of it. Okay. Good luck. We'll be in touch.
And with that, Mr. Chairman, I see my time has expired, and I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The chair is recognized. Mr. Hur, why did he do it? Why did Joe Biden, in your words, willfully retain and disclose classified materials? I mean, he knew the law. Been in office like 50 years. 5 decades in the United States Senate, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, 8 years as vice president. He got briefed every day as vice president. He's been in the Situation Room. In fact, you know he knew the rules because you said so on page 226. President Biden was deeply familiar with the measures taken to safeguard classified documents. And Joe Biden told us he knew the rules. Mr. Armstrong said this earlier. Joe Biden was deeply familiar with it. You're exactly right, because he told us when Jack Smith goes after President Trump, Joe Biden says, how could this happen? What data was in those documents that could compromise sources and methods? It's irresponsible. So Joe Biden knew the rules. You know he knew the rules. And Joe Biden told us he knew the rules. So, Mr. Hur, why did he break them?
Congressman, the conclusion as to exactly why the president did what he did is not one that we explicitly address in the report. The report explains my decision to the Attorney General that no criminal charges were warranted in this manner.
I think you did tell us. I think you told us, Mr. Hur. Page 231, you said this: President Biden had strong motivations. That's a key word. We're getting to motive now. President Biden had strong motivations to ignore the proper procedures for safeguarding the classified information in his notebooks. Why did he have strong motivations? Because, next word, because he decided months before leaving office to write a book. To write a book, that was his motive. He knew the rules, he broke them because he was writing a book. And you further say, and he began meeting with the ghostwriter while he was still vice president. There's the motive. Mr. Hur, how much did President Biden get paid for his book?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure if that information appears in the report.
Sure does. There's a dollar amount in there. You remember?
I don't, it may be $8 million if that's
$8 million. Joe Biden had 8 million reasons to break the rules. Took classified information and shared it with the guy who was writing the book. That's why he did. He knew the rules, but he broke them for $8 million in a book advance. But you know what? It wasn't just the money. Joe Biden, here's this page 231, very next page. Joe Biden, in your report, Joe Biden viewed his notebooks as an irreplaceable, contemporaneous record of the most important moments of his vice presidency. He'd written this all down for the book, for the $8 million. And the next thing you say in your report is, quote, such a record would buttress his legacy as a world leader. You know what this is? It wasn't just the money. It wasn't just $8 million. It was also his ego. Pride and money is why he knowingly violated the rules. The oldest motives in the book, pride and money. You agree with that, Mr. Hur? You wrote it in your report.
That language, and it does appear in the report, and we did identify evidence supporting those assessments.
You also had another interesting statement in your report. You said Joe Biden, I want to make sure I get this right, viewed himself as a man of presidential timber. Remember that statement, Mr. Hur?
I believe that does appear in the report, at least in the executive summary.
I think this is interesting, because here's the scary part. Page 200. I said this earlier in my opening statement. Page 200, Joe Biden, this is a quote, Joe Biden risked serious damage to America's national security when he shared information with his ghostwriter. Shared it with his ghostwriter, the guy who was helping Joe Biden get $8 million. And oh, by the way, Mr. Hur, what did that ghostwriter do with the information Joe Biden shared with him on his laptop? What did he do after you were named special counsel?
Chairman, if you're referring to the audio recordings that Mr. Zwanitzer created of his conversations with
Exactly
Mr. Biden,
what I'm referring to.
He slid, if I remember correctly, he slid those files into his recycle bin on his computer.
Tried to destroy the evidence, didn't he?
Correct.
The very guy who was helping Joe Biden get the $8 million, the $8 million Joe Biden had used, the motive for Joe Biden to disclose classified information, to retain classified information, which he definitely knew was against the law. When you get named special counsel, what's that guy do? He destroys the evidence. That's the key takeaway in my mind. That's the key takeaway. I yield back.
So if you're watching, if you're still here, hey, thanks. Put abracadabra in the chat so I know all my good people who watch the end of stuff. But the what you just witnessed was a person excusing a crime because they didn't think they could win at trial. And that's a very important thing. So if you're ever accused of a crime, don't confess. I mean, you got your reasons for breaking their laws. I don't care what those are, but don't confess. Figure out a way that they can't prove it at trial, and you'll be all right. Because that's what I saw. Probably you saw the same thing. And I hope that this video doesn't make you guys think that I'm mad or I'm, whatever about things. I'm just at a place where I'm tired of giving my life force away for nothing. I don't get anything out of watching these things or doing these things. And I do hope we stay in touch. So my email is in the YouTube thing, and you can reach me. And those of you who have my phone number, text me or call me or whatever. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just tired of giving away my life force. And I hope you are too. And then I think if we maintain our life force within ourselves and we want to share it with people that are in the same place, we can build a good world. Because these people have not built a good world, and we're still participating in it. And that's what I hope to stop. I hope we all stop participating in their nonsense world. So, again, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later.